Hello, it's Bexx with Black Whisper Crafts, and it's that time of year. It is the hashtag Give a Scrap Hop 2025. It's hosted by Angela, the Traveling Crafter. And what you do is you use your scraps and trash, or trash and scraps, whichever. Today I am going to be using what most would consider trash. I'm going to use packaging. Let's see. Always have tons of packaging, and I love this crinkled sound of the solo bags. But here's packaging and packaging, another bag, packaging. Everything you get has this packaging in it, and it's amazing. You can use it for so many projects and gussy it up and make it look so pretty. I have those all. I have a whole box of these. I just didn't want to spread it all out, but this is what I'm going to create with today. And also, of course, I have scraps here. Just brought out my neutral scraps today, and these I had in my stash, my owls that I had cut out, and be a good time to make use of those. And I made my sentiments already. I stamped them and inked them, but this is out of one piece of scrap. I got all of these sentiments. Those are good to go. And I also want to let you know that I am going to tag a few people. And it's okay if you don't want to participate, but I would love it if you would participate. Everyone that's doing this hop can tag other people so that the whole month of April, which we're celebrating on the 22nd Earth Day, yay, and reusing, recycling, upcycling, all of this trash and marvelous goodies. But I am going to tag Lori at Petey Pie Designs, and Pricilla at Release the Craftin', and Sandy, the Kentucky Crafter. It's actually Sandy, Kentucky Crafter. I am going to tag all three of you, and I will put all of the information that you need below. Just use your trash and your scraps and create something. You can do a process video. You can show us how you did it. You can just show us what you made. However you want to do it. I would just love if you would join in on this and just use the hashtag Give a Scrap and tag Angela at the Traveling Crafter. And I would put all the information below. And if you don't want to do it, you don't have time to do it, that's okay. If you just put a comment below, I'll pass. No problem. I just wanted to go ahead and tag 3 people just in case one of you wasn't available. Those 3 people are Lori at Petey Pie Design, Pricilla at Release the Craftin', and Sandy at Kentucky Crafter. It would just make my heart so happy if you all would take this up and go ahead and do a hashtag Give a Scrap video, or share what you made in a video, something to that nature. And I'll leave all the information below, and I will go on because I want to begin on my little projects I have here. I went ahead and used my envelopes, junk mail envelopes, and I divided some things up so I could just speed the video up a little bit. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little projects. I have a few things in here to get myself going, so you didn't have to take so long watching me pick out things. Sometimes that just takes all of the time. So let me get started here. Let me just pick one out here to go ahead and start with. And I'm using all scraps. I've just tucked some scraps in, and things that, you know, maybe they didn't make the cut for another project, so they became a scrap. All beside the point, I have them in my little envelope here, and I have some scraps of lace. But here's some pieces. But I have this big bag, and I thought that we could cleverly, since it has something on the front, something on the back, and it does open. Whoops, it really does. They make this really, the sticky is really good. I like how they do that, because then that can become a flap for this. We're going to put this. Sometimes I don't have a name for things, so I'm just going to go on with this. This is, ooh, it's got two sides on it. Oh, well, which side do I want to use? Doesn't really matter because this is going to go inside here. And I figured that, and this is a book page. So I thought we could somehow make something to go in here. So let's put this aside for the moment and go with this. This is pretty big. So that's big enough to cover that up. What are these? I did these way back when Angela asked me to do this. And I just want to take a moment to thank everybody who has sent me an email, who has sent me an Instagram message or a Facebook message asking if I'm okay. That really touched my heart because, yes, I've only been making pretty much my walking videos and the collab videos that I've been in because I fractured my thumb. And if you've ever done anything to any of your fingers, you know, oh, you never know it's there until you know it hurts every time you touch it. So, yes, did that way, way, way early in the month. And it is much better now. I have the movement, but I just wanted to, it makes my heart so happy that people were missing my videos. Thank you. That just really, 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 yeah, just makes my little black heart happy. Thank you so much. And see, I can use it and everything now. The only time that I have difficulty is if I hit it right here, and we're still not 100%, what do you call that, certain that I won't lose my fingernail because it was so, it was crushed and fractured and bruised. But right there, it's still a little tender right there, but all beside the point. I'm so happy to be crafting. So, so happy. Thank you so much, Angela, for inviting me a second year. I'm so excited. So let's see. Let's go ahead and see if that scrap will fit in there. Ooh, looks like it will fit in there. I did put some of these pieces together, I will say that. So let's go ahead and pop this on top of that. I'm not fussed if it gets on the packaging at all. I'm just not fussed with that. Just adds to the grungy and creepiness for me. As you all know, I love my creep. And this goes on here. Let's see. See, that'll be fine. Peeking through. I think I want to ink this up though. Let's go ahead and do that. Just using Vintage Photo. Let's see how that looks. That will look just fine. So let's get this glued on the back. There, we have that covered up. And see, it's a little bit, it does dry clear, but you can just see the smears and things, but I'm not fussed with that at all. It just fits right in with my grungy style. Love it. Okay, so for the inside, this scrap will go right on there. Let's get this. Let's use a little bit of glue stick. This is thin. Which side do we want? I think I want, because we can write on the back. I like that. That would be fun to write on, and that would be too. I think I want it to, I'm going to glue it this side. Make a decision, Bexx, make a decision. It's not rocket science, it's paper. I'll just pop some of this glue around the edges just to ensure, because I am a little OCD. I want to make sure, I like my stuff to just stay the first time. I don't like to have to go back and re-glue. Okay, that looks great. Love it. Okay, so we need something else to go on here. Let's get the scraps over here. Get into the scrappies. Everything's pretty neutral, which I am fine with that. That's kind of cute. Oh, that'll be fun. What do you think about that? That'll be fun. Yeah, let's go with that. it. Okay, and let's ink this up. The handy dandy made out of cardboard stamping platform here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the vintage photo first and see what we think. Cool. I like that, but I think I'm going to put black on just very edges of it. I like that, but I think I'm going to do some stamping or something here. I have this stamp here. I know the letters go at the top. There we go. That'll be cute there. I think I'm going to stamp on this. Should we do black? Probably let's start out with vintage photo. So you always go darker. Ooh, that's pretty. Just gonna kind of go every which way. I don't want it to be so, what do you call that? Perfect looking. There, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Gives it another added dimension. I like that. Okay, let's get this glued on. All of these that I'm using are scraps. All of these pieces of paper, like that was a crumpled up mess, so I just inked over it and made it into something that I could use. Okay, that is really amazing. And then you can journal on the back of it. Perfect. So let's do this. See what we think real quick here. That's cool. This, I think, is going to just stay like that. I don't know. Let's just, and I know this is what I want to do here. I want to put this here. I think that'll look really cute. And then this at the bottom, or maybe just one at the top. I'm not sure. This one looks nice and tattered. But what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue and I'm going to staple this on. There we go. The sticky on these packagings is just amazing. I love it. So that is so cute. Love it. Let's turn this side down a bit here. Nice little piece of ephemera pocket. And then you can journal on the page on the inside. But I'm going to go a step farther. I'm going to get out my owls. I like that. So fun. Using trash and scraps. But I'm going to get out my owls here. And then I have my little sentiments also. Let's do something with this. Ooh, he looks nice and proper, doesn't he? Like that. I like that owl. Ooh, I like that one. Let's see. Embrace your inner extraordinary. I think that might look good on this. Yeah, that'll be cute. I'm going to tear the bottom and the top. Okay, I like that better. And let's use black, see what we think here. Yeah, just a little bit of color and definition there on the sides. Okay, I like that. vintage it up a bit. Cool. And these owl digitals are from Pam at the Paper Outpost. This needs black behind it. Let me go get in my black scraps and we'll get some black to go behind the words. Got some black scraps here, and let's go ahead. Just glue this right down on the black. I think that will be awesome. There, that is really cool looking. I like that. Yes. Yes. Maybe it needs to go like about right there. So I think I need some more things there. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get some stamping in. Right. Just in here, just a little bit. Just kind of blank looking up in there. There we go. Let's do the bottom here. There we go. I think that's what we need. Let's pop this on here and see. That's better. Oh, much, much better. Embrace your inner extraordinary. Or do we want it like this? A little farther up. Kind of like that. Kind of like the owl there. Yeah, I like that. I want some more vintage photo on this owl. It just looks a little bit too pristine. Much better. Much, much better. Like that. Or is this too big? Maybe that's what I don't like. Be brave. Here, and the owl there. I think I like to be brave, but let's do a smaller one. And let's put black on the back. Much better. I like that. I really like that. There, that is really cute. And if you want, you can always add more stuff later, but I think it just looks so nice, just like that. In the back, it's just nice and textured. Should we put an owl on the back? Do we have, oh, that's cute. They're cute. Oh, they are really cute. Let's see if we ink them up. Wait a minute, here's a thicker piece of, this might be cute. Yeah, let's do this. See, that's a scrap. Definitely tried to use that and it didn't work, or there's a flaw on it. It doesn't matter. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go this way. I think that'll look pretty cool. How about we do that? And then let's cut the ends into fishtails. That way? Yeah. That's cute. I like that. What about this thread? Just a little scrap of thread. Cute, cute, cute. Let's go with that. There we go. Use a scrap of ribbon a scrap of thread, some of my digitals that have been hanging out. Yay! This was a scrap. Okay, I think that looks really nice. Okay, then let's just open it up and you can pull this out. And you can journal on the back. Let's go and put a little stamp on this. Let's go with this top corner. There we go. A little bit of prettiness on it. And there we go. I like that. A few little space there to journal on. And I think we need an owl here. Let's find a big one. Ooh, that looks good. We need to put that right down on that. That is perfect. Now that I look at this, that would make a really cute journal topper, that piece there. But you can use things for whatever you want. Put a bunch of pieces of paper, scrap papers together, and you can journal on the back of that. And we use this bag to make a really interesting envelope. Put the lace on the top, a little scrap of lace. And that was fun. Awesome. Let's put this aside and go on to the next one. We have this one. So there's nothing left in there. And this is just the envelope again. This is packaging. Let's see how it opens. Just like this. Isn't that the cutest? That is really cute. And the first thing I thought of was a journal for this. So that's what we're going to do. And I have these scraps of paper. I already inked them up just to save a little bit of time. And, well, let's see if they fit first. Oh, yes, they will fit. That's great. Those will fit. Okay, let's just fold these up. Oh, that'll fit great. Okay, let's see. Do we have any more scraps? Any more scraps here? Let's see how that would work. Let's just fold it right here and just tear these edges. See how that would work. Just fine. Tear this a little bit more. To get these little edges, just a little bit of color on them. Okay, let's see how we want to do this. 1 page, 2, 3, and 4. I think I want to turn this around. I think I want to cut this down a little bit. I think that will be perfect. Yes, I'm not fussed that they stick out just a little. Let's just give this little bit of vintaging up with the vintage photo. Works great. Let me see if I have anything over here in my bowl. I do have something already threaded. Yay. That will work. Let's see if the color works for it. This looks like brown. Oh, yeah, that'll work. That'll work fine. There we go. Our little journal is bound. Let's put this thread one on each side. That way we can tie it off. And there went my needle. Huh. Let's just trim this Just check and make sure everything is nice and tight. Okay, I'm just going to smash this down. There we go. Just waxed lemon thread. Let's see if we have something that can totally, well, mostly cover the back part here. That probably, that covers enough. So let's just tear this. Just using up my scraps here. Hashtag Give a Scrap Hop 2025, which is hosted by Angela, the traveling crafter. Okay, let's get this glued on. See if we can, yeah, we can vintage that up a bit. Okay. Oops, almost forgot. I want to go around the edges of this. Just grunge it up a bit. And how about we go ahead and do some stamping on the back? I think that would be great. Vintage photo. There we go. There. Now we've covered that up. That looks really cute. There we go. That's cute. Awesome. Now let's find us an owl to put on here. The front cover. He looks like nice and sturdy owl, doesn't he? That's too big. I don't want it all covered up. Actually, I think I kind of like him, but I am going to back him with black. Let's get some vintage photo on the edges here. Where's our black scrap we have? Oh, that will be perfect. Just tuck it right in there. Let's do this. Perfect. That is super cute right there. Do we want some words on there? Stay true to yourself. Yes, and we need to back this in black also. I think I like it just like that, overlapping each other a bit. There, and we made a little journal out of packaging and scraps. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's put that one aside. We have another package here. Package envelope. Put my envelopes back where they belong over there. Let's see what we have. Here's a scrap, and it is embossed swirls. And you'll see that I took a piece of it and already inked it up just to save time. But here is a half of a silo bag packaging. Let's see, and looks like I had this too. This was inside, so possibly a card, maybe. And wrapped the rest of it with this. Okay, now I'm remembering. Just wanted to save a little time by having a few things already incorporated. So let's go ahead and start by wrapping these around this CeeLo bag. So we're going to make a little sleeve for a journal card. And, this one is right there. So I need to put some glue on this, but not all the way to the top and bottom. That will work. I love using these CeeLo bags, this plastic packaging, what have you, because I just love the crinkle sound. It just adds so much to when you open your journal and you pull something out and you just crinkles. I love it. Okay, let's see. I think this one will fit nicely over that. This one, the edges need to be something. Inked. Something. Yeah, something. Okay, that's going to be on the inside, so let's do the bottom. Just a little bit. Okay. There we go. And this one can go over the top there. Let's trim off a little bit more. There we go. So excited, using up the scraps. Okay, this edge can be a vintage photo. There. There. Now we still have the sound of the bag, but we have covered it, so we're making it more into a little sleeve. Pretty cool. You can trim it off to make it all perfect and all that, but I like the grungy and the uneven and the not perfect. I love it. Okay, so do we need an owl on the front? Of course we do. That's funny. Owl aboard. Very funny. Okay, we're going to ink this up. Put this one on here. What about Be Brave? That might be a cute one to go on here. We need this to be on black. Let's find our scrap of black we've been using. Ooh, that'll fit right there. That's cute. Be brave. There. That looks nice. Yeah, let's get a black border for this one so you can see it better. I wonder if we should put, might be cute. Yes, let's do both of these on the back. Embrace your inner extraordinary. There we go. I I like it. Using trash seal bag here, packaging to make a little sleeve for this journal card. Okay, let's get the journal card here. First off, let's see if it fits. Yes, we don't have to trim it or anything. That fits perfectly. Let's go ahead and round the corners. There, I like that. Looks like a map. So let's go ahead and ink this back part here. Not a fan of the stark white. There, that's good. So let's go ahead and put some of this stamp on the back here so we can journal on it, but just get a little bit of pretty on the back. There we go. Just there, kind of randomly making a mess. And let's do some black around these edges. Okay, I like that. That's cute. Let's find us an owl. Not that big. Big, but not. So it takes up the whole entire thing. They look serious. Very serious. They're so cute. I think I want to back them. The black. Have some more black scraps here. Yes, that will be great. Oh, I like that. We have Be Brave on the front. We have Embrace Your Extraordinary on the back. And then how about Stay True to You for this one? We need to back this one with black too. Just think it adds so much to it. It stands out so much better. There we go, just like that. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. I think I like it right here. There we go. Stay true to yourself. And we have the journaling spot on the back. And it fits right in here in that little sleeve. And I do have a tab. I think that will be cute. Let's go ahead and ink this tab up. Let's just use black. And I use scraps to cut out any and all of these papers. Okay, that one's upside down. It doesn't really matter to me, but I want to put this one that's right side up toward the front. Let's go ahead and pop this down. Then we have this nice sleeve we made out of trash or packaging. There, that is so cute. There's that one. And I think I have one more here. Let's get it out of the envelope. Oh, this is a little one. Little tiny seal bag. So cute. Papers and the scrap. Let's see, what are we going to do with this? I already know that we're probably going to cover the back with that because I have all of that labels on it. So let's see what we want to do for the back. How about we go ahead and, I think we want that side to show. Or that side. Doesn't really matter. Let's just ink it. And how about some stamping? Let's go ahead and do that while we have it. There we go. That looks great. And we will just Let's stamp this side too. There. Yeah, we have both sides stamped. So what shows through there, you will be able to see it. That looks nice. Okay, so glue is going to go on the back of this. Let's pop it down on here. Just put that in the middle. And the glue does dry clear, so no worries on that. Okay, let's see if I was meaning for this to go on the inside. I think it will fit. Yes, it does fit. That is great. Love it. Let's put some stamping on this also. A little bit, just a little bit. There we go. That looks good. Pop this back in here. That's cute. Love it. Okay. So what we're going to do differently on this one, because this side, we need to put something to journal on. That'll be great. Let's just there's a piece of scrap here for journaling. Let's ink it up. That's great. Maybe a tiny bit more glue. There we go. Now we have a journal spot. This side, we're going to open it up and we're going to make it into a paper shaker. Where are my little bats? I have some little bats. Let's see, do we want to do the neutral colored bats? That's cute. Or do we want black bats? Ooh, I like both. Let's do the black bats. I'm going to put the black bats in here. Don't know how this is going to work. I have done this before, but not with just paper. May not be really a loud shaker. Look at the bats. Oh, how fun is that? Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. This is so cute. Let's put some more bats in here. Don't have acetate? No problem. Use your packaging. Oh, you can hear it. Awesome. Okay, that is a shaker. Journal card. So let's glue this top part here. Put some glue here so our bats don't escape. Okay. Might be messy for a little bit until it just glues. I mean, until it glues. Yeah, it'll be messy until it glues. That made a lot of sense. Until it dries. There, we have a shaker. I didn't put anything inside because I don't want my bats to get caught on anything. I want them to be able to fly free. And what we need to do now is, I wonder if this is too wide. I had these two. I don't know what I was going to do with those, but oh, maybe, not sure. Maybe we're making a tag. Not sure, but I think this needs to be like that. Yeah, I think that's what needs to happen. There. We'll do one on each side. Let's see. Let's just go for this. Let's just go for it. Yeah. Actually, work smarter, not harder. Let's put some, let's clip that side. Now, just as long as the two ends meet, let's just give it a staple. Get both of them in here. I want to go all the way to the bottom there and to the top. Might have been out of frame there. I had to get it close to my face to see it. Let's go ahead and get this one stapled. There. Now our bats are not going to escape anytime soon. We have a shaker. Not much noise, but nonetheless, we have bats flying. So excited. It was a little crooked, but that is no fuss for me. That's the crookedness really bothering. That's funny, isn't it? Most things don't bother me like that. It's so funny. Let's back this Be Brave in black and then see what we think. Whoops, that is not quite wide enough. Yeah, what if we just make that crooked? That's the ticket. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll make this crooked. And that will just balance it out for me. Yay! Oh, I need quite a bit of glue on this one. It's going on that lace. I probably should have used Fabri-Tac, but I think it's going to work just fine. There. Be Brave on the back. We may have to come back and Fabri-Tac it, but I think for the moment that is great. I love it. We need something at the bottom, so let's, I do have a little tiny stamp all ready to go. Let's just, there, that's cute. I like that. That is cute. Now we have a journal spot on the back. We have our shaker bats. That is so cute. Okay, now we need something right there. Just a little something. We have one more word left. Embrace your extraordinary. Would that go right there? Why not? Why not? Let's just back it with black. This is for hashtag Give a Scrap. It is a hop for April of 2025. It goes from the 1st of April to the last day of April. And every day there is one or two creators that are creating with their scraps or trash, or scraps and trash, as I am. And we are celebrating Earth Day on the 22nd of April. It is hosted by Angela at the Traveling Crafter. She has invited all of us to share and show what we do with our trash and scraps. And today I am using packaging, the Silo packaging and other pieces of packaging. I just save them up and use them up and make beautiful ephemera out of them. And I have used scraps today also. Just wanted to show you a few different ways that you can use the packaging, these Silo bags, the nice and crinkly sounding ones. Just wanted to show you a few ways that you could use trash and scraps and make them beautiful for your journals. I've used all scraps today. Here's the shaker, the bat shaker, and then you can journal on the back. I started out with these packaging, the Stilo bags, and the paper packaging, and scraps, lots of scraps, lace scraps, thread scraps, paper scraps, and I have made a few things. I made this gorgeous, and I left a flap on it, envelope, and you can pull it out, and this is gorgeous. You could make a journal topper out of this, or you could just use it as a journal spot. But it goes back inside here. Nice crinkly Stilo bag. That was packaging. Now it is a beautiful piece of ephemera. I used my scraps on that one. And then we made a little journal out of packaging and scraps of paper and a scrap of my linen thread and a scrap on the back. There is a mini journal, and then we made a sleeve to hold a journal card, just glued on top of that nice crinkly sounding Stilo bag. And this is just half of one. Packaging, trash, and just use scraps to make a journal card. Pop inside there. And then our little bat shaker with a tiny Stilo bag. Oh, so cute. And then you can journal on the back. This is just 4 different ways that you can use trash or packaging. This is for hashtag Give a Scrap Pop 2025 and invite your peeps. Hosted by Angela at the Traveling Crafter. And tomorrow is going to be Cindy A. Lewis. I want you to hop on over to her channel tomorrow. And yesterday was Bonny at Bonny and Cleve, so you hopped from their channel to mine, Bexx at Black Whisper Crafts, aka Bexx. But tomorrow, hop on over to Cindy A. Lewis, and then Saturday, hop on over to Maddie's channel, which is Madeline Designs, and keep on going. I will have a list below. I will tag each and every person and the day that they are scheduled for, and some days you get 2. Isn't that delightful? And this is for hashtag Give a Scrap Pop 2025. It is hosted by Angela, Traveling Crafter. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful crafty day.